Hi guys, welcome back to Sherman's Kitchen. I want to say a pleasant good day to every one of you who's watching. I want to say welcome to those who are tuning in for the first time. And I want to say today is Sunday. It's 4 more days before Christmas. And I'm assuming everybody's busy with their cakes, preparation, and their ginger beer and all their Christmas goodies. So today I'm going to be sharing a recipe for a sponge cake in a festive way. So I already have a sponge cake recipe on my channel, but this is a festive sponge cake recipe I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So if you come on down, join me and we will do this together. So here is my sugar and butter. I'm using brown sugar because I like that flavor of brown sugar in my sponge cake. You can use white sugar if you like. And I have 1 pound of brown sugar, 1 pound of butter, softened butter, and I'm gonna cream that until the sugar crystal is melted. I have my 12 eggs here and I'm gonna be breaking those very soon. I have my baking powder. I didn't put out my flour as yet. I have some nutmeg, some vanilla extract, and as soon as I finish mixing these 2 ingredients, I will come back and show you the next step. So this is looking nice and the sugar crystals are melting and fluffy. This is looking nice and fluffy. That's halfway in the stage. So what I like to do, I like to break some of the eggs and add it into the batter right now because it's going to help to break down those sugar crystals. I have 7 eggs broken here and I'm going to add this to the batter. You can also blend all of your eggs up together before adding them, or you can add, sometimes I add 1 by 1. There's so many ways of adding your eggs and everybody cook and bake differently. So I'm gonna add these ones now to help to break because I have a brown sugar with very coarse grain crystals. So I want to help it break down fast with some of the eggs. So these are the eggs that I add in. We're gonna mix that and then I'm gonna add the other 5 that I have. So here's the batter after I add 7 eggs and the sugar crystals are already broken down. I'm gonna add my other 5 eggs and we'll continue to add ingredients after that. So what I'm gonna do now, this is the batter. All the sugar crystals are gone and this is just the egg, the butter, and the sugar. The next step for me is to add my nutmeg, and I'm gonna grate some freshly grated nutmeg over this, about a teaspoon or so. The nutmeg really give it a nice flavor, and this bring out that nice Christmassy taste that you're looking for. So this is about a teaspoon of nutmeg, and I really like to taste my nutmeg in the sponge cake. So this smells amazing. And the next thing I'm gonna add is a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I just have to find I'm gonna do 2 half spoons. So half, and then my other half. So this is 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and this is smelling good already. You can quickly just turn this with your spatula or a spoon, or you can always do a quick mix back with the mixer. And my next step is to add the flour and the baking powder. So I'm gonna get my flour on the scale here. I have 1 pound of flour. I always like to weigh my ingredients before I start baking. And when you have the right measurement, you will always get a good turnout. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of baking powder into here before I add this to the cake. And then I'll mix it up a little. I'm gonna mix this up a little so it gets mixed in there, and I'll sift the flour into the cake so we get a nice light fluffy cake. So here I have a strainer and I'm sifting the flour and the baking powder into the batter, and this will avoid any lumps or anything that's not needed for the cake, and I will show you after I finish sifting it in. So in here I'm just gently folding in the flour into the batter. Not too much of mixing, gently I'm folding this into it. And then once it looks like everything is folded in, I will start putting them into my baking pan. And I'm gonna bake this in a 350-degree oven about 45 minutes or so, but I'll keep checking it. You always wanna make sure that you're checking it so it's not burning on the bottom or the edges. And because I said today I'm making a sponge cake, a festive sponge cake, I'm gonna show you why I said I'm making a festive sponge cake. So I'm gonna take out some of this batter in this little bowl here, and I'm gonna add some green to this because we're doing that festive Christmas cake. And I'm gonna take about the same amount for this one here, and I'm gonna add some red. And in this bowl here I have about a tablespoon of fresh cocoa powder. I'm gonna add some batter into here, and this is what we're gonna make our festive Christmas cake recipe today. And if guys you don't like the idea of the coloring, you can also add red cherries or red and green cherries to make that nice Christmas color. But my kids don't like the cherries in the cake, so I try to make it a little bit different for them. So I'm gonna mix this cocoa powder into here, and this is gonna give us a darker color for the cake. And I'm gonna put some on the bottom of this pan here, and then I'll put some regular cake batter on the top. And when we finish baking this, it'll have two-tone. So we're taking 1 pound of sponge cake and we're turning it into three different cakes. So I'm gonna add this at the bottom of the pan, but before I do that, I wanna show you the mixture for the green. So enough to have a nice green. And I'm just gonna mix this up. Maybe a little bit more. My green coloring is at its end, but I have some more green, so I'm gonna add that after. And then a little bit of red, and I'm gonna just get another spoon to mix that. So one of the pan will have red and green, which is our Christmas color, and I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit more red. We want that red to really come through. So what do you guys think about this? I already like the way it looks, and I'll come back and show you the green one after I finish adding some more green coloring into it. So we're gonna pour some of the cake batter into here, this baking dish, and I already grease it. And we don't want to fill it up too much. And then for the red mixture that we added, I'm gonna just add some in here. And then you just want to make sure that it get into the cake on the bottom there. And then I'm gonna add the green one here. You can layer it if you like as well, but I'm just putting it so I can have some green and some red when I cut it. And this is gonna make our festive Christmas cake. You can swirl it up if you like. You can make it in shapes or pattern like that. But when you cut this, it's gonna become so beautiful when you cut it with the green in the middle and the red. So I'm gonna try to mix it up a little, because we want this to be real Christmassy. So this is already looking nice. What do you guys think? I like the way it's looking already. And then for the other one, I'm gonna layer this one, the one with the cocoa powder. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of this pan here, because when we're cutting this, it's gonna have two-tone. You can do melted chocolate as well, but today I'm using cocoa. And you just spread it down on the bottom of the pan. You can also swirl it up, like you can, at the end of it, you can just put in a chopstick and just swirl it up. And then I'm gonna add some batter into here. So this is our 2-layer sponge cake. So we took one pound of sponge cake, and we're gonna get 2 different festive cakes. So I'm just gonna get all of this in, and then I'm gonna put it into my 350-degree oven for about 45 minutes until done. So guys, one of the cake is done. This is the one in the smaller pan. So I'm gonna turn it over. I like to turn them over when they're still warm, and I will show you when the other one is done. So I'm gonna, oh, this came right out. And then if you look here carefully, you'll see that there's a line, and that's the cocoa, the part with the cocoa. When I cut it, you're gonna get to see exactly how it looks, but I'm just gonna flip it over back to keep it on the right way. So I'm gonna leave it here to cool off before I cut it, and we will wait until the other one is done. So here is my other cake, and this one is done. The other one is cooling off. I want them to completely cool off before I cut it to show you, and I'm gonna leave it for a few minutes and come back. And like you can see, our festive color is showing on the top, and this one, when I cut it, you'll be able to see the brown, and we can see it a little from the outside that it is brown on the bottom, and it'll have a different color. So this is a 2-tone. So we took 1 pound of cake and we turned it into a festive Christmas cake. So here, this is the one with the cocoa powder on the bottom. I'm just gonna cut it to see how it looks, and it's nice and not too warm now. So let's check that out. And like I said, guys, look at that.
Ooh, that's so cool.
So
how do you make that?
So this is one cake we turn into a festive cake. And when you put them on your platter at Christmas time, I'm gonna just do halves. It looks like it's more than one cake you bake, but it's just 1 pound of cake, and you get a beautiful, beautiful looking Christmas cake. So this is gonna have that cocoa flavor. And then now I want to cut the other one with the festive Christmas color, and it's a little bit warm. I don't like to cut them when it's warm, when it's too warm, but I'm gonna cut it anyways because I'm excited to see how it looks, and it's feeling very nice in the inside. So I'm gonna make a big slice, and then I'll cut that piece up.
Ooh.
So let's check that out.
Oh my god!
See?
That's
so
so
this
much.
is our
OMG.
This is our Christmas cake, and it's very nice in the eyes. It's very festive for this holiday,
and it will taste
and
good.
it is a beautiful spongy cake. So look at in here, Jess.
Oh my god, that's so cool. OMG.
So I'm gonna cut up the rest, and let's see. Look at that one.
That's pretty.
Sorry.
I like both of them. Yeah,
So,
I like how you did the chocolate.
So let's cut it up, and I want to show you, like, when your guests arrive or when you serve up your Christmas cake, it's gonna be so beautiful in the eyes. I'm telling you, if any kids and adults are there, they're gonna love the pattern of this this Christmas color, because like I said, we eat with our eyes, and for sure it's gonna be a #1 on your Christmas dessert table. Yeah. So look how beautiful this is. This is just 1 pound of sponge cake that I make into a festive plate of goodies. I should cut some more from the red side. What do you guys think?
No, that's enough.
That's enough? Okay. Because there's still some red in this one. But there's more red because what I did, I put half in red. Look, Jess, look in here. There's some red. So this is our Christmas festive sponge cake, guys. Hope you guys like the recipe. I'm going to do a taste test and let you guys know how this tastes. So guys, as soon as you put this out on the table, it's going to be all gone.
Oh, I love this.
See, look at that. How fast it's gone. So I'm going to take mine now and I'll let you guys know. So guys, this is my 1 pound of cake that I turned into a festive holiday cake. Hope you guys like this recipe. I did it all to share with you guys. And this is such, look here. This is the red and the green that represent Christmas. And it's so spongy, guys. Like so soft and so spongy. So I'm going to take my first bite for all my viewers and all my subscribers. Because in my house, for Christmas time, we gotta have our sponge cake and our black cake. So today is sponge cake day. So soft, so moist, so fluffy, and so full of flavor. I can taste that nutmeg flavor in here. And I can imagine, did you guys see when I put out the plate? Before you know it, it was like half of the plate was gone. So another bite for all my viewers and subscribers. So nice and light, and your guests will love this. And this one here, the cocoa, the one with the cocoa and the regular cake, I'm gonna taste this as well. So nice, so fluffy, so light. I just want to say, if you like this cake recipe, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? There's a lot of amazing recipe coming. Until then, I'll catch you for my next video. Stay blessed, stay safe. Bye for now.